Hello, my friend. Welcome back to Speak English Unleashed. I'm Paul, and I'm really happy you're here with me today. This is your space to slow down, listen, shadow, and practice English in a calm and natural way. You don't have to rush. You don't have to understand every single word. Just listen, repeat, and let English become a small part of your daily life. Today, I want to tell you a story, not just any story, but a story about one of the most famous books in the world. The book is called 12 Rules for Life, written by Jordan Peterson. He's a teacher, a psychologist, and a thinker. In this episode, I'll tell you what this book is really about in slow, simple, clear English. You don't need to read the real book. You don't need to take notes. Just relax, listen, and follow along. Every time you listen, your English grows. Step by step. This book is about life. It's about how to live in a better, stronger, and more honest way. It gives us 12 simple ideas, not easy, but powerful to help us live with meaning. Peterson says life is not easy. Sometimes we feel lost. Sometimes we feel tired or hurt. We all go through hard days. And that's okay. You are not alone in that. What matters is that you don't give up. You keep going. You grow stronger, one small step at a time. Let's start with the first rule. Rule number 1. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. Now, say that with me. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. Good. This rule sounds simple, but it's not only about your body. It's also about your mind. The way you stand and walk can change the way you feel inside. When you walk with your head down and your shoulders forward, your body tells your brain, I feel weak. But when you stand tall, open your chest, and lift your head, your body tells your brain, I feel strong. Try it now. Take a deep breath. Lift your shoulders back. Look straight ahead. How do you feel? Just a small change in your body can change your mind. Remember, every time you feel small or tired, try to stand tall again. That's your first step toward strength. All right, rule number 2. Treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. Let's say that again slowly. Treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. This rule is about kindness, not just to others, but to yourself. Imagine someone you love, a friend, your child, your pet, feeling sad or sick. What would you do? You'd help them. You'd give them care, food, medicine, or gentle words. You'd never say, you're stupid, or you don't matter. But many of us say those things to ourselves every day. We are kind to others, but cruel to ourselves. Peterson says, stop that. You matter too. You are someone worth taking care of. So what can you do? Start small? Sleep when you're tired? Eat real food? Drink water? Speak kindly to yourself? Say, I did my best today. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to take care of yourself like you would take care of someone you love. When you are strong, you can help others too. So every day, do one small good thing for yourself. One thing that says, I care about me. Okay. Say it with me. I will take care of myself. Good. Now, let's move to rule number 3. Make friends with people who want the best for you. Say it again. Make friends with people who want the best for you. This one is about the people in your life, your circle, your energy, your world. Friends are powerful. They can lift you up or they can pull you down. Some people will celebrate your success. Some will feel jealous or try to make you small. Peterson says, be careful who you let close to you. Don't stay close to people who are happy when you fail. Choose people who want to see you grow. Good friends want to see you strong. They tell you the truth kindly. They support your dreams. They don't make you feel guilty for changing or growing. If you spend time with people who believe in you, your life becomes brighter. But if you stay around people who always complain, always gossip, always feel negative, you will start feeling the same. So take a moment and think. Who around you gives you energy? Who drains your energy? You don't need to hate anyone. Just choose carefully. Your time and your heart are precious. Surround yourself with people who want the best for you, and you'll both grow stronger. All right, my friend, let's take a small pause. You can replay this part, shadow the sentences, and say them out loud with me. Ready? Stand up straight, with your shoulders back. Treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. Make friends with people who want the best for you. Nice work. You're doing great. Each time you speak these words, you're not just learning English, you're learning strength, kindness, and wisdom. And that is how real learning begins. Let's keep going. You're doing really well. Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and listen slowly. Remember, this is not just English practice. It's life practice. You're learning to speak, to think, and to grow step by step. Now we move to rule number 4. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. Let's say that again together. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. This rule is about peace of mind. Many people feel unhappy because they always compare themselves to others. They see someone richer, more successful, or more beautiful, and they think, I'm not good enough. But Jordan Peterson says that is not fair. You don't know their story. You don't know what they have been through. Maybe they started years before you. Maybe they had more support or luck. Life is not a race. You are not in competition with anyone else. You are only competing with your old self. So, instead of asking, am I better than them? Ask, am I better than I was yesterday? If today you learn one new word, or you show one more act of kindness, or you speak English for 5 more minutes than yesterday, that's success. Growth is not about being the best. It's about being a little better each day. Even one small step counts. Think about it. One step each day becomes hundreds of steps in a year. So don't rush. Don't compare. Just grow. Say this with me. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to grow. That's the heart of rule number 4. All right. Let's move to rule number 5. Do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. At first, this rule may sound strange, right? But it's full of wisdom. It's not only about children, it's about teaching, boundaries, and love. Peterson says that good parents guide their children. They teach them how to live in the world, how to be kind, and how to take responsibility. But many parents today are afraid to say no. They want their kids to be happy all the time, so they let them do whatever they want. That may feel kind today, but it can hurt them later. Imagine a child who always gets what they want, who never hears no, who never learns respect or patience. When they grow up, people won't enjoy being around them. Teachers won't like them. Friends won't trust them. Even future bosses may avoid them. That's why Peterson says, don't let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. If a child behaves in a way that makes even the parent feel angry, rude, or embarrassed, that's a sign they need correction. It's not about punishment, it's about teaching. Discipline is not about control, it's about guidance. So if your child shouts at others, teach them how to speak gently. If they lie, show them why truth matters. If they hurt someone, help them understand how to make things right. And do it with love, not anger. Because discipline builds character. It helps children grow into people that others enjoy being around and people who feel proud of themselves. So remember this: kindness without boundaries is not love. Real love means guiding, correcting, and helping someone become their best self. Now, rule number 6. Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. This one is deep. Say it with me slowly. Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. Many people complain about everything. They say, the government is bad, the system is broken, life is unfair. They blame others, their boss, their family, their country, their luck. But Peterson says, stop and look closer. Before you try to fix the world, look at your own life. Is your own house in order? Your house doesn't only mean your home. It means your life, your habits, your health, your work, your relationships. If you haven't cleaned your room, paid your bills, or spoken kindly to your loved ones, how can you tell others what to do? Start small. Start where you are. Ask yourself, am I honest? Do I take care of my health? Do I show respect to my family and friends? Do I do my job well? Do I keep my promises? If some answers are no, don't feel bad. Just start fixing one small thing. Clean one drawer. Say one kind word. Finish one task you've been avoiding. It's easy to shout at the world. It's harder to change yourself. But real change always starts inside. If you take care of your own space, your own actions, your own small world, that energy spreads. You become stronger, calmer, and more focused. And when you fix what's close to you, the world around you slowly becomes better too. Let's pause for a second. Take a breath. Now repeat after me. Slowly. I will grow a little every day. I will teach with love, not anger. I will start with my own life. Nice work. Every time you say these things, you train your brain to think in English and to think stronger. Remember, this is not about being perfect. It's about taking responsibility for small things every day. You are not just learning English here. You are learning how to live with meaning, with order, and with hope. So, before we continue, let's do one small check-in together. Think about your own life right now. Is there one small thing you can do today to make it a little better? Maybe clean your desk. Maybe message a friend you haven't spoken to. Maybe go to bed earlier. Pick one small action. Write it down. And do it. That's how you start to set your own house in order. You're doing really well, my friend. Stay with me. Let's keep moving, one rule at a time, one breath at a time. Each time you listen, you grow, and that's exactly what matters. Take a deep breath and relax your shoulders. You're doing great. Remember, this podcast is your quiet time to listen, speak, and grow at your own pace with no pressure. Now, let's move to rule number 7. Pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. Say it slowly with me. Pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. This rule is about choices. The choices you make every day, big or small. Peterson says that in life, you always face two paths: the easy path or the meaningful path. The easy path gives you comfort now. The meaningful path gives you strength later. The easy path feels nice eating junk food, skipping study, lying to avoid trouble, or scrolling on your phone for hours. It gives you quick pleasure, but that feeling fades fast. The meaningful path is harder studying, even when you're tired, being honest, even when it's difficult, helping someone, even when no one sees it. But those things give you real satisfaction. So, what is meaningful? It means doing what's right, not what's fast. Doing what helps you grow, not what keeps you lazy. Doing what builds your future, not what just feels good right now. The meaningful path often feels heavy at first, like climbing a hill. But when you reach the top, you can see everything more clearly. And you feel proud, not empty. So, ask yourself today, am I choosing what's easy or what's meaningful? Say it with me. I choose what's meaningful, even when it's hard. Excellent. That's how you grow strong, inside and out. All right. Let's go to rule number 8. Tell the truth, or at least don't lie. Say it again slowly. Tell the truth, or at least don't lie. This rule sounds simple, but it's one of the hardest things to live by. Most people lie, not because they're bad, but because they're scared. They lie to avoid pain, to look good, or to make others happy. But every lie builds a wall between you and reality. Each lie makes life more confusing, less honest, and less free. Peterson says that truth gives power. Lies create weakness. When you lie, even a small lie, you carry it like a weight. You start to forget what's real and what's fake. You start living in a story that isn't yours. That's why he says, if you can't tell the full truth, then at least don't lie. You don't have to explain everything. You can say, I'm not ready to talk about this. But don't say what you know is false. And truth isn't just about words. It's also about being honest with yourself. Don't lie about your feelings. Don't lie about your mistakes. Don't lie about your life. Face your truth, even when it hurts, because only truth can heal you. Let's try this together. Repeat after me. I will tell the truth. I will not lie. Good. You can start small. Be honest in small conversations. Be honest in your work. Be honest with yourself. Every honest word is a small stone that builds a stronger foundation. People will trust you more. You'll start to trust yourself more too. That's the quiet power of truth. Now, rule number 9. Listen as if the other person knows something you don't. Say it slowly. Listen as if the other person knows something you don't. This rule is about humility. It's about real communication, not talking, but listening. Many people think they listen, but they don't. They wait for their turn to speak. They prepare their answer before the other person finishes. They think they already know everything. But when you do that, you stop learning. You close the door to new ideas. Peterson says that every person you meet knows something you don't. Every single one. Think about that. The bus driver, the shopkeeper, the old woman next door. They've lived a life you haven't lived. They've seen things you haven't seen. They've learned lessons you haven't learned. If you listen carefully, you might discover something small that changes how you see the world. So, next time you talk to someone, don't rush to reply. Just listen. Look at them. Ask questions. Try to understand, not to argue. You can say, tell me more, or I see what you mean. That's how respect grows. That's how wisdom begins. Listening deeply is not weakness. It's strength. It shows you are open and curious. It helps you connect with people. It makes your relationships warmer, your conversations richer, and your heart calmer. Let's pause and shadow these sentences together. I choose what is meaningful, not what is easy. I will tell the truth, or at least not lie. I will listen as if the other person knows something I don't. Great job. Take a breath. You're doing something powerful right now, not just learning English, but learning to think clearly, speak honestly, and live with meaning. Every time you shadow, you train your mind to speak slower, to breathe deeper, and to focus better. And that, my friend, is how real confidence grows quietly. From the inside. Before we move on, let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly listened to someone not to answer, not to argue, but to understand? Maybe today, try this small goal. When you talk to one person, listen with your full attention. No phone, no rushing, no thinking about your reply. Just listen. You might be surprised at what you learn. You see, all these rules, being honest, choosing meaning, listening deeply, they are not big theories. They are daily actions. They make your life simpler, clearer, and stronger. And the more you practice them, the more natural they feel like breathing. So keep practicing. Shadow this episode again later. Speak out loud. Repeat the lines. Don't worry about mistakes. Every time you repeat, your brain learns. Every time you speak, your confidence grows. You're doing amazing. Stay with me. We'll continue to the next rule soon. One step, one breath, one story at a time. You're doing so well. Take one deep breath. Feel calm. Let's continue our slow and meaningful journey through 12 rules for life. Remember, every time you listen, repeat, and shadow these words, you are not only practicing English, you are building a stronger mind. Now, rule number 10. Be precise in your speech. Say it slowly with me. Be precise in your speech. This rule is about the power of words. Peterson says that the way you speak shapes the way you think and the way you live. If your words are unclear, your mind becomes unclear too. When you say things like, everything is bad, or I'm unhappy, or nothing works, those words are too big, too vague. They make problems feel bigger than they really are. So, what should you do instead? Use clear, simple, and exact words. For example, instead of saying, I'm unhappy, say, I feel lonely because I don't talk to my friends anymore. Now that is clear. Now you understand what's really wrong. When you describe something precisely, you can start to fix it. If you say, my job is stressful, that's vague. But if you say, I feel tired because I skip lunch and sleep late, now you have a solution. Eat well and rest more. Precise language is power. It turns confusion into understanding. It turns feelings into actions. And it helps other people understand you too. If you're angry, don't just shout or stay silent. Say clearly what's wrong. Say, I feel hurt when you ignore me, or I need more time to finish this task. Honest words can heal, guide, and build respect. So, say it with me. When my words are clear, my life is clear. Beautiful. All right. Rule number 11. Do not bother children when they are skateboarding. Sounds funny, right? But this one is about courage, risk, and growth. Peterson says that when children, especially boys, play, they often do things that look dangerous. They run, climb, jump, fall, and try again. Adults often say, "Be careful," or "Don't do that," because they're scared the child might get hurt. But when you stop children from taking small risks, they never learn how to be brave. Falling and getting up again is how children learn strength. They learn how to face fear. They learn how to fix their mistakes. If you always protect them, they grow up weak and afraid. They don't know how to handle real life. So Peterson says, let children take small risks. Let them climb. Let them fall a little. Let them learn. Of course, protect them from real danger, but don't protect them from life. Life itself is risk. And this rule isn't only for parents. It's for all of us. Don't avoid every risk in your own life. Don't always stay safe. When you take small risks, like speaking English out loud, trying something new, or telling the truth, you build confidence. You fall, you learn, and you rise stronger. Say it with me. I am not afraid to try. I learn by doing. That's it. That's courage. And now, the final rule. Rule number 12. Pet a cat when you encounter one on the street? Sounds simple, right? But this rule is full of beauty. It's about finding peace in small moments, even when life is hard. Life can be painful. We lose people we love, we face illness, fear, and sadness. Sometimes it feels unfair, heavy, or endless. We cannot control everything that happens. But Peterson says, even in pain, there are small moments of peace, small gifts that remind us life is still beautiful. Maybe it's a cat on the street. Maybe it's the smell of coffee, a warm sunset, or someone's smile. Stop. Breathe. Notice it. Enjoy that tiny moment. When you do this, you remember that even when the world feels dark, there's always a little light. You don't have to fix everything. You just have to notice something good. One small thing, and let it give you strength to keep going. Say this with me. I will look for small good things, even on hard days. Very good. You see, my friend, these 12 rules are not about being perfect. They are about being human, learning, failing, getting up, and trying again. They teach us to stand tall, take care of ourselves, choose good friends, be honest, and live with meaning. They remind us that even small actions can change our lives. Let's review together. Repeat after me slowly. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. Treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. Make friends with people who want the best for you. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. Pursue what is meaningful, not what is easy. Tell the truth, or at least don't lie. Listen, as if the other person knows something you don't. Be precise in your speech. Do not bother children when they are skateboarding. Pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. You did it. You listened to all 12 rules slowly, clearly, in English. You didn't need to read the real book. You didn't need to take notes. You just stayed here, step by step, word by word. And that's how real learning happens. Jordan Peterson says, don't live a small life, live a strong life. That means Take responsibility, find meaning, speak truth, face fear, enjoy small things. These are not just rules for success, they are rules for peace. So, my friend, take a moment and feel proud. You finished this journey. You trained your ear, your voice, and your heart. You practiced English and practiced living. That's powerful. Now, here's your mini goal. Replay this episode tomorrow. Shadow one rule each day. Say it out loud. Feel it in your body. One rule, one day, one action. That's how change begins. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Paul from Speak English Unleashed. Remember, you are stronger than you think. You are growing, even when it feels slow. Keep going, keep speaking, keep believing. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep learning. Bye for now.